Space is open to us now. We go into space.
I've been holding my action. It's time to go.
Welcome to our YouTube channel and our Dungeons & Dragons game. I'm DM Steve, and we are the Dix in the Dark. And if you like Dungeons & Dragons content, please smash that like button, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff. Hello, Dix. How are you guys doing today? Dungeon Dan, what's up?
Hey, what's happening? So, a couple more weeks, the background's going to change. But, yeah.
Sweet.
Doing okay. Doing okay. Life is good.
Cameron, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Settling back into things now that I'm in Colorado once again, and for now I don't seem to have a ton of things on my plate other than doing what I need to do.
Sweet, sweet. Are you almost done with your story for your Planescape character?
Yeah, I was working on that just now. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much. I have the main things. We can talk and go into more detail, but
Yeah. We'll
got
talk
some
about it.
gist.
We'll talk about it. What about you, Garrett? How are you doing? And do you have any of your details for your Planescape character?
Oh, we're surviving. Was I supposed to have something for play? Oh, background for my character. That's
It
right.
doesn't even remember. It just has to be the event, the triggering event. You don't have to make like a big, super crazy background, but
Yes, I remembered that, and I definitely thought about that this week. For sure, I did.
excellent. Well, think about it a little bit more, and we'll get back to you. Jay.
Hey, that's me.
How are things?
Things are swell.
Neat. And
How are
Harro.
things?
Things are good with me.
Good.
Harro.
Yo,
How was the convention?
it was fun.
Anything notable?
Nope.
Cool. Well, I guess we're ready to play Dungeons and Dragons. This is our game, Up, Up, and Away. Volume 3, Episode 10. We'll get over to the main game screen, and I'll ask Garrett if he wouldn't mind providing us with a vibe.
Ooh. That's a low vibe.
Pretty low.
Excuse me.
Oh, hey.
Ooh. Hey.
Oh, never mind.
Hey.
Never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Never mind.
Hey now.
All right.
Hey, never
Hey
mind.
now. Dan's boyfriend's back.
Oh, by the way, Steve, I've
What?
completely forgotten everything that's happened in the last 5 games.
Yeah. So that is why we're gonna recap. Because it actually has been a while since we played this particular game. So last time
You mean you're recapping, and I went back and watched every episode for the last 5 games that up and away.
Was that English? What? Was that a question or was that a statement?
Yes, it was a statement and a question at the same time.
Are you saying
I don't think that's how that works. But so you went back and you actually watched our game session. And
yeah, so I can catch up on what we did because I knew I'd forget.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me ask, but Jay, let me ask you: how long has it been since you watched those last 5 episodes?
This past weekend.
Do you remember anything from those last 5 episodes?
Yeah, I was watching this past weekend.
Right. Maybe Jay needs to recap for us.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Jay, go for it.
Holy shit.
Then we
that's
get some
right.
Beavis and Butthead. It's like, exactly. Hey Jay, recap for us. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
my grandmother once
Oh
showed
my
me.
goodness, no. From the beginning. Oh wow.
Oh my.
We have Sin. Oh, that's you, isn't it? Isn't that you?
That's him.
What?
That's why I was.
Who?
That's why I was like, oh, never mind. That's
Yeah,
why I said
yeah.
never mind, because I was like, oh, never mind.
Anyway, I'll go ahead and recap. And if you're watching and you want a real recap, maybe you should go and watch the last 5 episodes of Up and Away Volume 3. But last time, this particular group, consisting of, let's see, who do we got here? Thiwar, Mary, Guthix Solus, Ren, Rumby, and NPCs Drake, Mike, Derek, GG. Am I missing anybody? I think I got everybody. Anyway, they all headed to the Zwariowandi system. They have 2 purposes in mind. One is that somewhere here in the Zwariowandi system, supposedly on the planet that you just landed on, Daart, the planet of Exile, the Genger III ship has been converted into some sort of restaurant or pub or something, possibly mob owned. So you want to get that. But also, Guthix and Sarth are going to do a ritual. Oh, that reminds me. That's the other NPC that's with you, Master Zemeth, who's been very quiet this entire time. They are going to do a ritual through Sarth that would allow them to pinpoint the location of Lorr and Anya, or at least kind of give a direction of where they're going to kind of figure that out. And remember, they needed to be like on a planet, where they could be connected to the elements. And so those are the 2 things that you've decided to do here on this planet. Now you have booked a trip with a company called Televacation, if you recall, and you spent quite a great deal of credits to get down to this planet Daart, the planet of Exile, because it's got some sort of a magnetic field in the atmosphere that makes it so that no tech works. So you can't land or take a ship from the planet. Your laser guns don't work, plasma swords don't work, all that fancy tech that you have is pretty much useless. So you had to pay to be teleported. Now, before you teleported down, one of the associates handed Thiwar a little pamphlet. And the pamphlet indicates that you'll be arriving at noon local time, that you are in section 2, because there are multiple sections. Because you inquired about the elves on the planet, they put you in the section closest to the elves on the planet. There are 10 sectors on the planet where you could go, and you are in sector 2. And you have to be back at this exact same spot in exactly 7 days, noon, to be picked up. Otherwise, you're going to have to find your own way off the planet. And good luck with that. You've gotten your equipment, you've beamed down to the planet, and that's where we start. So,
Didn't you have a question for Jay?
we
You
actually
beam
already.
down to the planet?
Yeah, I mean, kind of you beamed down, you transported, teleported, whatever. It was like a, it's
Dan is
Same
eating
type
his
thing.
arm.
I think Dan is gonna sneeze.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was a sneeze coming, but it's gonna happen. So at some point, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought you were
bless you
making
in advance.
whispering sweet nothings to your like wrist.
Yeah. So you beam down to the planet. You arrive at the planet at the edge of a kind of sleepy looking town. Immediately, the very first thing that happens, he
Roll for an
hasn't
initiative.
he hasn't said a word or really made a peep like this entire journey. Master Zemeth hits the ground on his knees, and he presses his face to the ground, and like you hear him like let out kind of like a like a sigh.
He was
He's
he
been
was holding
holding
that
he's
one
been
in.
he's been holding it for like
He's
6
been
months.
yeah, he's been holding it in. And
Yeah.
yeah. Guthix, you realize that Zemeth has not touched. He's not been on a planet since home. So it's been quite a while. So he's enjoying the he's like running the dirt through his hands and stuff like that.
Yeah. Guthix
Drake.
kind of joined some in a sense, and not as dramatically, I suppose, but
Yeah. Well,
he's like,
Guthix has
it
been in
feels
a
good.
forest. But Guthix has been like on land on a real planet. Zemeth, it's literally been like since you guys left the capital.
Yeah,
So
quite a while.
uh, Drake's like, easy there, pal.
All right, well, we have to be back here in 1 week. Do we want to make plans for um, meeting up since we'll be splitting off in our groups and doing our things?
Yeah.
Suppose lodging is in order.
Well, I guess first, you said we're outside of a town. Like, are we literally on the edge of a town? Like the spot we physically landed on, is there any marking already? Like a platform or anything?
Yeah, so you kind of look around at your area where you're literally at the edge of a small town that is really kind of just like a one street town basically. What you see on screen here is pretty much most of the town, except for a few buildings a little bit farther back that you can't see. But it's basically one road and then maybe like a crossroad. Um, the area where you're specifically standing, there's not like a platform or a metal platform or anything like that. There's just dirt, but it's kind of marked out. Like you kind of see it's like there's a big, it looks like maybe about like a 25-foot square, and you're directly in the center of that square, your group.
All right. So it's not, doesn't look like something that needs to be marked.
No, it doesn't look like
Gotcha.
something that needs to be marked, and it's very deliberate, for sure.
Then for splitting up and coming back, what do you think about just coming back to this town in 6 days? Worst case scenario. So we have, or the night of 6 days.
Yeah, that seems fine. Uh, as long as no one gets left behind at the end of the week. We should probably get to know the area at the very least. What is this town called?
You have no idea. There's no signs or markings.
Is there anybody around?
No, actually, the streets are pretty empty. Again, you're kind of like right at the edge of the town.
Okay. Well, Guthix is going to start walking down the street, particularly looking for any inhabitants. But if not, then just kind of surveying the area.
Okay, so Guthix begins to walk down the main street of the town. Does everybody else follow him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of start walking down the this main street of this town, and you see there's a couple of different places that you can that you recognize as establishments. Um, you see like a little inn. You see a tavern. You see some other shops, and then back a little bit off the main drag, it looks like there might be some like residential type housing.
Okay. So the basic commodities. So we, at the very
Yeah.
least, could meet up at the tavern or stay at the inn here.
You still don't know what the town is called. The tavern says Broken Bottle on it. So you're not sure if that's the name of the town or the name of the tavern. You assume the tavern. You see for a second you catch maybe somebody peering out a window in one of the shops real quick, but they kind of like look out real quick and then pull back.
Okay. I'll actually wander over to the shop since that's the first person or first sign of life, really. But hello, is there anyone there?
You you walk over to a shop, and it smells and looks like a blacksmith shop. You kind of call in, and a the window opens up, and you see a lizard person kind of poke their head out the window. Uh, can I help you?
Hello, we had just arrived here on Daart. Um, and we were hoping to perhaps gather some information. At the very least, get to know the locals. What is your name, sir?
Me? I'm Hanky. Hey, you down here for one of those adventuring trips? Test your mettle?
Something of the sort. Let's see. I come here in a group. One group here is to. Uh, Actually, wait. That's what we did before. You're not supposed to perform a party here, are you, Garrett? Or like a
Oh
concert?
no.
No, that was just to raise funds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just to raise funds to get here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm here to reconnect and uh, perform a ritual of sorts. My name is Guthix. I am a druid.
Ah, oh, you're looking for those other Sharl, the ones like you?
Yes, that is probably my best bet. Where can I find them? Or rather,
Oh yeah.
do you have a map of the area or anything of the sort?
I don't have a map. Hmm.
Is this guy like Florida man?
he's a lizard man.
But he's like super southern drawl. He's like Florida
Yeah.
man lizard.
Yeah, kinda. He says, I don't have a map, but they might have one down at the Broken Bottle or one out at the Mastel, possibly. If you got horses, I can shoe those, and I can. Well, you don't look like you got any metal on you at all, do you? So that's not gonna help.
What is the name
Me.
of this town, sir?
Ah, the town.
Yes.
You have found yourself in Palebank.
Aha.
Oh, and to answer your question, sir, the elves, well, they're up yonder in that there mountain, and he points, well, to that there mountain right there.
That there mountain.
Mhm.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
The proper name of the mountain, which is that there mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I will stroll on down to the Broken Bottle.
All right. You walk over and you walk into in front of the Broken Bottle. It actually kind of reminds you of
Of the
some
background
taverns.
of the background of a fighting game where you're side scrolling and gonna fight, because that's exactly what it reminds me of. That door is gonna that door is gonna open and some bad guy is gonna come out, and then we've got to fight him in 2D as a side
Yeah.
scroll.
That could happen actually. That could happen. So who is going to enter the Broken Bottle?
I'll
You got a
stroll on in.
you got a pretty big crew here. Um, you guys left Derek back with with the ship, but Gigi is with you. I don't have a little head for her, but she is there with you. I don't think I do I?
I think we have a little picture of GG.
Oh yeah, I mean I do for Roll20. I don't for the stream though, unfortunately. I'll have to make one. I forgot. But so yeah, so when you say you, do you mean both Guthix and Solus?
Yeah. I
Both?
think my characters intend to stick generally with everyone until we split up to
Just get
do
a-
our little
be
operations.
able to see some stuff here. All right. Who else? Everybody else going into the tavern?
Sure.
Yep.
I think
Yes.
I'm also going to do that and try to do that beside a building and then follow in behind someone through the door.
Okay. All right. So Thiwar is going to cast invisibility. He goes behind a building and does a little shiminijig and does a little disappearing act, and everybody kind of makes their way into the bar.
Well, all right then.
See,
And
it's one of these four that pops out that door, and then you gotta fight.
yeah, this is like a wizardry game right here. Like one of the Japanese wizardry games.
This is like a bad Japanese something. Something that
Indeed.
that would definitely get like banned on YouTube.
Get banned? No.
No.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that, of course. No, so
No.
you walk into the saloon here, and You see a number of characters up at the bar. You see that it looks like the bartender is a lizard person. There's an elf, a halfling, and a human kid just kind of hanging out up near the bar. There are some tables, and there are some older humans and some grizzled looking lizard men sitting at the tables.
All right. Guthix is going to stroll up to the lizard man barkeep. Hello there. Let's see. I will have, I suppose, your recommendation of ale.
Yes, yes. We have good ale here. He like puts a mug down with some frothy ale in it, and he says, "One shine."
Huh.
Is that
Did
a
any,
silver?
You've got silver? Yeah, let me see. Different weights and all.
I see. Yeah, I'll hand him a silver piece.
He's not gonna scam you. The elf girl kind of calls out to you. And then Drake immediately goes up to her and is like, hello.
Jesus Christ.
You take out some silver. How many do you have? Like, do you actually have like a handful of silver?
I mean, technically, my character has all of my money. I don't know if that's a problem or not, or if that should be converted to credits. Um,
No,
Well, your character
here's
wouldn't have credits. I mean,
here's
I
the
don't
that's
thing.
think,
true.
yeah.
Most of our life we've carried money. I kind of feel like it's something that we would not necessarily give up right away.
Right.
That we would carry money all the time.
Yeah. I kind of assumed that as well. That if you didn't tell me that you weren't carrying it, that you probably had some. So yeah, if you take out a handful of silver, he kind of looks at it and he's like, uh, 3 of those should do.
All right, 3 silver, that's fine. What is your name? And your name too, miss.
Me, I'm Zub. I am the proprietor of this saloon here.
Dude,
Uh,
those boots are not going to work in a desert. On like a planet, those boots just not going to work. She's gonna break that goddamn heel. She would have broken that goddamn heel like
who
months and
said it
months
was a
ago.
desert? Yeah.
You know what those boots are? They're made for walking.
Mhm. Who said it was a desert, and B, who said she was walking out of this bar anytime soon in those boots. So he introduces himself, and then the woman says, "I'm Rhonda. Pleased to meet you."
The Rhonda the elf.
Yep. Rhonda.
Rhonda the elf.
That's correct. That's correct. And the this kid over here, he um he kind of walks over to you and he goes, "I'm Hoshi. You must be
Solus
real
kind of
strong.
Solus kind of glances down at the kid. Hoshi.
You
Good to
must be
meet you,
real
Hoshi.
you must be real strong, mister."
I suppose so. We've been in our share of adventure, you could say.
So you are one of those adventurers. I knew it. Most of you people come here and die. But I don't know. You got some pretty big muscles.
Why,
Well-
thank you. Hopefully we don't meet the same fate.
We've died many times.
Wait a minute. Is he talking to like Guthix?
Nah, he's talking to Solus.
Hmm.
No, I'm talking to myself.
I thought he was just generally talking to the group.
Hey, he's
But,
kind of talking to the group, but when he mentioned muscles, he was probably talking to Solus, because Solus is the one that has his muscles out.
I see.
You know.
Yes, I've had my fair share of training, and I'm sure you can easily, with enough practice and training, you could achieve this yourself.
Huh. Uh. I don't know if that laughs for me, mister. And then he starts, like, wiping up the bar.
Gotcha. Anyway, we had just arrived in town, and we were hoping to perhaps gather some information. I was looking for the nearby Sharl, which I hear is on that mountain yonder. Do you perhaps have a map of the area to easily navigate?
Let me see what I can find here.
While he's looking and distracted, is
Okay.
there a back of this bar? I'm not saying we have to do it now, but if there's a back of the bar, that's where I would attempt to go while they're interacting.
So like, you're gonna there's behind the bar, but there's no back room. There is a stairway up, however, like over on this right side, kind of off camera. There's a kind of a stairway that goes up.
Yeah, then when he goes to look for that map, that's when I would try to go up the stairs.
Okay. You walk over. It's easy because you're invisible. Like, it's easy. And the stairs don't have a door in front of them, so as long as you're quiet, you can pretty much just kind of sneak up the stairs at any point.
Barry's trying to figure out how the upside down lights are working with fire.
They is she like really taking a look at them?
If they look like that, yes, she is, because that's not the way that's supposed to work.
Yeah, they're weird looking.
Does
There's
it seem like real flame, or does it seem like magic?
Seems like real flame. Yeah, there's definitely real flame, but it's like it's not quite behaving as you would expect real flame to behave, like 100%. Like naturally, like natural
Okay.
flame that was just like a candle or whatever.
Mm-hmm. She is taking an interest in it.
All right, so she's kind of looking at that. Is anybody else doing anything specific besides either trying to order a drink or take a seat, whatever, or hit on the elf like Drake?
I think Solus would probably just take a seat and, quietly observe.
Get some drink.
Okay.
And some foods.
All right.
If it's possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you order drink and food and you kind of show him that you have some currency, usually you can get a drink and food for about a gold piece. He's like, "Oh, okay."
A gold piece?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's not going to take credits because they don't have any way to take, like, they're at this point.
Gold pieces.
This is cash only, man.
Yeah, I know, but a gold piece is pretty damn expensive for a drink and some food.
No. No, that's a steal, he tells you.
I'll
For
put my
sure.
gun up on the table.
Who knows? In this world, a copper could be worth more than gold.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Again, I
In
guess I'm gonna.
fact, you may want to show the guy your all of your coin. Do you actually put the gun up on the on the thing?
Let's think about it. No, I don't want to cause any problems right now.
Right now. Maybe later I'll cause some
It's been a
problems.
while since I've taken I've been part. So yeah, let's give him a gold coin.
All right. He tells you that he does have a map that he can sell to you. It's kind of a nice map. It's a leather one. He says
50 gold coin,
it's the only one that he has left.
platinum.
What do you offer him for his leather map? It's kind of like rolled up. He's like, it's a good map.
All your armor.
Huh. Barter. Interesting.
Spell book.
Well, if you are not interested in trading for currency, I do have some artifacts for my travels that you could be interested in.
Well, now, don't go too far. I would be interested in trading for currency, depending on what you got.
We have these
The
certificates
silver
that-
is the silver spends well. His gold spends well as well. I don't know if you have anything else, but I'd probably take you know, if you've got more gold, I'd sell you the map for 20.
I do have more. I also have copper and electrum if those are useful here to you.
Hang on for a sec. What was that last one? Show me.
I take out a piece of electrum.
Ooh. Can I see?
But of course, here.
So he takes the piece of electrum and he kind of like looks at it like this and he like bites it and he goes, "The map is yours." And he like hands you the map for like one piece of electrum.
Jesus Christ.
Excellent. Thank you.
So now you have a map of the area. Are you gonna roll it out?
Yeah, I'll roll it out and everyone can crowd around and take a look.
Let's see here.
Oh,
Mm. Oh
Holy
man.
shit!
Greg's about to totally fail with this chick.
Whack!
Yeah, he just got kicked in the nuts. Is what
He
happened.
just
Spills the drink over on the map.
Yeah, he just got like smacked in the face, drink poured on his head, and Rhonda walks out. What'd I do? And Guthix unfurls the map.
Terrible. There it is.
Oh,
Why does it say Mordor on this? Wait, what are we doing? Mordor? Hey, wait.
More
Okay, so it seems like we're here in Palebank. Let's see. Imtown Wood, Bone Rock.
Oh my
Ruins.
god. That is not what I thought that said. Bone Rock is not what I thought that said.
Oh yeah.
There's some very interesting ruins. You might find some
Mhm.
Oh god, no.
some
no,
trucker artifacts there.
It's Bone Rock Ruins, the Imptown Wood. Got to go to the wood to get to that bone cock.
So you're like sitting here looking at this map, and everybody's kind of like crowding around, like looking at it, and like
This seems to
look
be pretty important over here.
looking at it, and yeah, Guthix immediately says, "Oh, hey, look at this!" You know, points out the G3 saloon.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is like, "Does that say what I think it says?" And he like points to this
Holy
picture
cow.
right here on the map. He's like, "What is that?"
Dragon Mountains. Haven't we encountered dragons before, or at least like drakelings?
No, and if you recall, it's been a long time, but if you remember, in your world, dragons were like a myth, like possibly extinct. Like they were like a thing that people talked about a long time ago, but it's like it's not it wasn't like a thing. It was like something that existed like a long. So to all your characters, like a dragon is kind of like, wait, what? Like is that what?
Dragons. Could they really live here? I would love to see one if I get the chance. And I assume I will, since the mountains are where I have to head.
Dragons, huh? Huh. Seen space dragons before, but you know, I don't know.
I think we need to go the opposite way to Gasport, so we can
Gasport.
have a Mad Max adventure.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of Mad Max, that Furiosa trailer is freaking horrible.
I heard it was too long. The movie was too long. I don't know. I'm gonna wait.
It looked horrible from the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. That chick's hot though. Anyway,
Yeah, definitely.
uh, so you've got the map unfurled. Everybody's kind of looking around, and Gigi says, "What's the plan?"
Well, it seems that Palebank is well situated, at least in the surrounding area. I suppose since we need to head to the mountains, and your group is going to head to the saloon, we'll be traveling together for at least part of the way, unless everyone or anyone felt the need to detour to somewhere else.
I ain't going anywhere else.
I want to see the dragons. Solus seems to be interested in.
That little kid is like, the dragons are big, deadly, but they're a
You've seen
beautiful
them.
shade of blue.
Oh, fuck.
Blue dragons. Amazing.
Mm. They generally leave folk on the ground alone, but I hear if you go up into those mountains, or if you try and defy the gods and fly, well, those dragons, they got something to say about that.
How do you defy the gods and fly?
You never heard of Magic Lady?
Maybe.
Every now and again, there'll be one of those sorcerer type fellas come down here thinking they're hot shit. They'll fly up in the sky, and those dragons will teach them real quick.
Ah, I see.
So, yeah. Their territory's up here, our territory's down here.
But now, aren't the elves in the mountains?
Well, yeah, that's true. But I think, they're friends or something like that. I don't know. I'm just a
Interesting.
kid.
Well, maybe you'll
Turns
have
out,
big aspirations and
turns out
leave
he's
the
like
bar.
37 years old.
Yeah.
He's got kids himself.
Owns the bar.
Owns the bar. He's actually the real barkeep.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do real quick before we go ahead? Because don't worry, Garrett, I haven't forgotten about Thiwar. But
You're good.
before I get to Thiwar, everyone roll a percentile for your character. So, uh, for Cameron, roll 2. And distinguish which is which for me.
First is Guthix, second Solus.
Okay.
$77.
77. Harro, roll a percentile. Harro. Oh, maybe he went to the bathroom. Or maybe not.
Hello,
There we go.
is it
Thank
me
you.
you're looking for?
Ooh.
What? No.
GM roll.
All
Does
right,
it mean?
thank you.
What does it mean if I have this selected in it? Does it mean only you can see it?
It means it rolls it to me, yes. So
Ah.
only I got that roll. And yeah, only I did get that roll. It even rolled the 3D dice for me. You got
Oh,
a
cool.
23, by the way.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see what I get.
Oh,
I
you
wonder
see.
what.
Okay, that makes sense. I guess you see, but I guess no one else sees.
I wonder what
Um,
these other options. Exploding die. I assume you
oh
get the
yeah,
same roll. It goes again. Compounding die. Penetrating dice. Inline
ooh,
dice.
that's what we need. Some penetrating dice in this game.
Oh God.
All right, so Garrett, Thiwar sneaks up the stairs in the bar while everyone else is looking at the map. And when he gets upstairs, he realizes that it looks like up here is maybe some sort of a little apartment. It's not like a big area for people to stay. It's not like an inn or anything. It maybe looks like the apartment of the barkeep, possibly. Like there's a bed and there's some, furnishings up here.
Oh, but
It's
it's
pretty
just open.
nice.
Like
Yeah,
there's no door. Okay.
yeah, it's just open. Like you kind of go up and you just it kind of goes up and then turns and then goes up again and you're on the second floor and the second floor is kind of just an open. It's like the size of the bar almost, and yeah, it's just like it's it's a bed and a dresser and some like basic stuff, like nothing out of the ordinary.
And is it? Okay.
Actually, roll roll an intelligence check.
Hey.
Oh wow.
All right.
Nah, you ain't noticed nothing. Yeah, it looks pretty
You know,
normal. It's
I don't know.
just a basic
Man, I'm telling you, that's 2.
man, it is. That is 2 so far already.
Well, I'll take a nice little lap around the apartment, say cool, and just leave.
Okay. All right. So you head back down, and you see that the others have unrolled the map and are kind of checking out the area. So,
All right. Well, since we are all here looking at it, does anyone have any paper and charcoal, perhaps? It would be best if we all had a copy to get around, should we find ourselves needing to.
Mary's like, I used to carry around a pen and ink, but then I had this multi thing, and it like totally like ruined me and made me lazy and like all this stuff. And then
Actually, let me take a look at the inventory here real quick.
I do not.
Yeah, I thought it would be something that I had. Maybe Souls has it.
Barkeep's gonna nickel and dime you for like.
Why would
I got
Solus
some
have a pen
charcoal.
and paper?
You know, back at the monastery on, the home planet, he would
Crayons.
he would help the monks, write scrolls. I don't know if Souls can probably read, just not well.
Probably not well, yeah.
Actually, somebody here who might be a wizard that has to use a spell book should have a pen and paper.
Oh yeah, I guess Mike probably has. Mike has something to write with, so he just you know, he's like, oh yeah, I got a pen and ink here. I guess we can make a copy. Are we splitting up now though?
No, but this is a pretty important document, and the more copies of it we have, probably the better.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. So Mike kind of sticks out his tongue. He's like drawing like a map, marking it, and he's like, all right, this is pretty good. So he has a very, very basic copy of the map.
All right. Well, Guthix is going to finish his drink, and that's a very interesting copy of the map he has there.
Yes. What do the dragons have to say about that?
What do you mean? That is the dragon.
Yeah.
See, it's spitting fire.
Yeah. Lots of
They've
blue
got
dragons,
strange-
one big red dragon.
Strange towers in those mountains.
By the way, have you guys? I I don't want to go off topic too much. It's not super off topic, but have you guys seen the new designs for gold dragons?
No.
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 Pretty
Look
cool
it
looking.
up. Look it up. The new designs for gold dragons for the new version of D&D. They're like kind of like a regular traditional gold dragon,
Oh,
but
that looks
then
sick.
but then the tail is like weird and ribbony, and I don't like it. I don't, I
Oh,
don't
you
like
don't
it.
like
It's
it?
almost like a
No, I think it
wyvern.
looks weird. I think it looks like they tried to jam together like a Western dragon and like a Asian dragon, and just the flat ribbony body is strange to me. I'm not a fan, especially for gold dragons. I don't know. It doesn't look majestic enough. Anyway,
I can see it. Yeah.
yeah.
The tail is pretty
It's
I don't
like
know.
flat and weird. It just looks like I imagine like it flying, and I just imagine like the flappy tail and the
Yeah.
The wings look like butterfly wings.
yeah, it's weird looking. I don't know. It doesn't look menacing enough to be a gold dragon in a way. It should be pretty, but also like you
Hmm.
know it could
Fearsome and
kill you in one breathe. Yeah.
Oh, come
So
on now. They don't do that in new D&D. It's like that new dragon is like, "Hey guys, what's
hey
up?"
guys. I mean, a gold dragon would be like a gold dragon. Is a good dragon, but at the same time, you want that dragon to be like fearful to like the evil people, which need to be shitting their pants. But
seems
I don't
very
know.
Eastern to me. Like when I
Yeah,
look
that's
at
what I was
that,
thinking too.
it looks like
It's
the traditional like Chinese dragons. You know.
yeah, it's almost like a weird hybrid. I thought, but I don't know. Anyway, so you have two maps now. What will
Yeah.
you do?
I guess I'm ready to leave. Um, I guess I'll let whoever ordered drink and food to finish and just kind of make our way.
Okay. So people finish up their drinks, finish up their food, and you roll up the
Did I ever
maps.
did I ever figure out the lights?
Um, Go ahead and make an intelligence check. I was gonna say if you got another 20.
That something would have been wrong at that point.
Yeah, right. Something's always wrong. You're looking at them and you think that there must be some kind of forced fuel.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
So,
me about that? Are you trying to mess with me?
Hmm?
hmm? I don't get it.
Are you gaslighting me?
Oh, fuck
Ah,
off.
but
Oh, jeez.
Does the tip mark the spot?
it might.
It marks some kind of spot. It marks the dragon spot. All right, so you didn't spend too long, maybe about an hour in the tavern in the town. So everybody's got all their has got all their nourishment and refreshment out of the way. And what are you doing? You moving on? You checking out anything else in this town? Heading to Greed Hollow?
Yeah, I think Dread Canyon is where we need to go.
Dread
Actually,
Canyon?
Red Canyon.
Imp
I don't
Town
know. I think
Wood?
we need the Bone Cock ruins.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
bound to be some interesting stuff there.
You know it.
But I guess we will make our way to the G3 Saloon.
Okay. So
Is that
you
where
hmm?
Is that where what?
if that's where the whole group is going, we're not splitting off yet because you still need to go to the woods anyway.
I believe I need to go to the mountains.
Dragon Mountains. That's the mountains.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then the basically the idea is to travel along the road then. So to
Mm-hmm.
travel from here to here, I would say being your first right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Is that okay. Um so you head out and you leave the town behind. Your group. So to this first intersection right here. You know, it's like roughly about 60 miles or so. So let's see how long exactly start walking here. These
Takes us an
boots.
entire week just to get to the mountains.
Just to get
Oh,
to the
God.
mountain. Where in the world is?
I mean, if need be the case, we could look around town for, horses or some kind of faster travel.
Well,
I mean, that's the thing. Does
There's-
this map, even though it doesn't show on this map, does it give distance on this map somewhere that may not be visible on screen?
it does not. It does not. Which means that you'd have to ask somebody.
Well, I mean, we are right outside of the broken bottle. We could easily just go back in and ask Zub, since he owned the map prior. Or I'm sure anyone would really know about how long it would take to get to any of these nearby settlements. Sure, they've been around.
We could also inquire about some transportation, like a horse.
Okay.
Yeah, we could go back to Hanky. He was asking about horseshoes.
Do you do that? Do you go
We
back
could
to
always
Hanky?
just pick up a speedster somewhere.
Yeah,
Get
you
there.
could try.
Just get there in about 45 minutes. You know.
Where's Timmy's speedster when we need it? All right.
So
I'm
y-
thinking I'm going to walk back to Hanky. He would probably know.
okay. All right. You walk back over to Hanky, and you walk into the blacksmith shop, and he says, "Oh, hey there. Uh, change your mind about the metal?"
Hello again, Hanky. Just finished up
Hey,
a light
Chief.
meal. How's it going, Chief? We were actually going to inquire. We received this map from Zub, and it just occurred to us as we were leaving that we actually don't know how long of a distance it would take to get to our destination. Say this G3 saloon up here. Uh, is that something within, say, a day's travel, maybe a couple of hours?
uh, let's see. You're trying to get up to this saloon here? Well,
Yeah, or if you've been to any of these other nearby places to know his reference.
well, let's see here then. Yeah, it's about 60 miles just to that fork that goes to Grand Holler. You're looking at a good 100 miles to get to that saloon up there. Careful if you're going to that saloon. I heard crazy things about that place up there. But 100 miles, that's going to probably take you about 4 days on
Oh,
foot.
oh dear, yes. We definitely need to be faster than that. You said you worked with horseshoes. Do you happen to know anyone that might have some faster transportation in the area?
Well, yeah, you could probably buy some horses. Uh, Now it ain't no good for my business, but there are other forms of transportation, though I don't know if it's going to be too easy to find one here. Uh, let's see. I think. What was that fella's name? Marfin. Marfin Wallows.
Is he mighty?
He's got a Jeep.
He has a what?
a Jeep.
He's got a Jeep. Or a Jip. Or a Jerp. Something like that.
What is that?
It's an automobile, miss.
Oh, well.
But wait, I thought those things didn't work here.
Well, runs on gas.
Regardless,
that-
if that works, then that might be our ticket.
Yeah, I think sometimes Marfin charges the visitors for rides. He's got an app. He says, you go down the main street and hang a left. The garage all the way at the end. If Marfin's around, he'll be there.
All right, and if he isn't, where can we find horses?
If he isn't, then all the way down at the end of town, you'll see a stable. Just straight down at the end there. Don't hang any lefts or rights.
All right. Is that good with everyone?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. Thank you, Hanky. And start heading down the road.
All right. You be careful now, Guthix. And you head down the road. And are you going for the horses, or are you going for Marfin?
I think Marvin is definitely going to be faster, but if he's not around, then we'll have to get horses. So.
Okay. Does everybody go? You walk down the street, hang a left, and you get down there. And as soon as you get down there, you know that you're in the right place, because you can hear this and it like kind of shuts off.
Are you Marvin? He's flying. He's floating in the air.
He's a floater. He is. Oh.
Those dragons are gonna get you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, isn't that the chick just without boobs?
What chick?
Rhonda from.
Isn't that Rhonda just without boobs
Oh, that's Rhonda.
and longer pants?
That's Rhonda.
Oh my god, she's flying too.
Those dragons just take these guys out immediately as soon as
Yep.
they float in the air.
Yeah, they can't be around those mountains too close.
Well, hey there, partners. My name's Marfin Wallace. You look like you could need some transportation there. And then stuff. Hey. He's a halfling.
Hello there, Marvin. Yes, we were looking for transportation. We were wondering if you could accommodate our group to the G3 saloon to the north, and perhaps beyond to the mountains if you have the time.
Oh, to the G3 and then on to the mountain. Well, that's quite a trip. Could be dangerous. I can probably accommodate you, though. And so is this all you? Yeah, that you'll just barely fit in the back. I think we can do it though. Well, what do you got to trade here for a round trip? Remember, it's dangerous.
Right. Well, I have some coin here. There's copper, silver, gold, electrum. Seems that the barkeeper was particularly interested.
Oh yeah, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! Well, now we're talking. Hmm. Let's see. I'll do your whole group for 100 electrum.
Ooh, don't have 100.
Oh, that's a damn shame. How much you got?
Uh, is a good question. I have 21.
Only 21. All right. Well, anybody else got some electrum? That stuff's pretty valuable around here. Like I said, it's a dangerous trip. I'm risking my life taking you folk out there to that damn saloon.
What's so dangerous about the saloon?
Well,
Does it have to be Electrum or can it be gold?
Oh, well, I'll take gold if you got gold for sure. I'll take your 20 electrum and another 200 gold if you got that.
Chud's here, right?
Chud is not here. It's
Chud's not here.
No, it's actually it is actually Ren.
Okay.
So Mary holds up 3 platinum pieces and says, "How about these 3 things?"
Yeah, that's all good, but ain't enough. It's dangerous. There's raiders on the road. That saloon's got a bad reputation. People's always dying there. And if you want me to take you to the mountain, no offense, he looks at Guthix and Zemeth, and he says, no offense, gentlemen, but those elves up there is crazy.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they'll probably take okay to your kind, 'cause they're, you know, same, I guess, but, they don't much like, others.
Well, the majority of us will be staying at the G3. You'll only be taking a few folks to the mountain.
Staying there?
Yes.
Ma'am, I don't think it's a hotel like you're thinking.
Is it just a saloon in the middle of nowhere? I mean, if it has
Yeah.
people coming and going, they have
Oh,
to
it's
come from
just a
somewhere.
saloon in the middle of nowhere, mister.
So people just embark 100 miles to go to the saloon.
Yeah, you know. Like I said, it's well, it's not meant for everybody, as far as I understand it. I'm not going in. I can just wait outside at a distance. But we still got to settle payment here if I'm going to take you in my Jeep.
All right. I can supply the additional gold required. Here's the 200.
200. You don't happen to value steel, do you? Pure steel?
What the fuck was that? You never said you became visible again. So I'm assuming Thiwar is still invisible.
Who goes there?
Yep, I'm still invisible.
Steel's good too, for sure. You can use steel. But this gold will do just fine.
Alright.
He greedily takes it. He's like, this gas costs money, you know, and I'm putting my life at risk. He
I assure you, raiders or anything along the trip will not be a problem.
well, you do look like you can take care of yourself, but and he looks over at some of your stuff. He's like, you know, none of that shit's gonna work, right? He's like points to some of your tech.
We are well aware.
Solus holds up his fist and says, I think I'll do just fine.
Ah, kinky. All right, let's go. I mean, you do want to go right away, right?
It would be
Um,
preferable.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. Give me just a minute. Let me get my driving gloves.
Wait a minute. What kind of Jeep is this? Is this like going to be like the Beverly Hillbillies? That we're going to literally like.
Everybody's gonna be
gonna be
just
in-
sticking out because it's like it doesn't have a top on it. It's basically like actually imagine it's an
Is it
old
like a Humvee?
it's like it not really a Humvee. It's like an old military Jeep.
Oh God. Okay, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking. Yeah.
it's like
Mm-hmm.
think of
Yeah.
the Jeeps in MASH.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay.
That's what it's like. So it's
Nice.
completely open and like you're
Mhm.
just gonna be packed into this like this Jeep. So he goes back, he takes the gold back, he's like in his back room for a little bit, and then he comes out and he opens up this garage thing and reveals the Jeep, and you can see it resembles a speedster. Kind of a piece of shit speedster. With no top, no cover whatsoever, but kind of a speedster, and it has it's four wheels, big tires, and he's like all aboard, and he has to like climb up this thing because he's only like 3 feet tall, so he like has to climb up this thing. You see him, he gets in the driver's seat, and there's these pedals, and they have like these big blocks strapped to them so that he can like touch the
Oh God.
pedals, and like he's like I'll sit up on this like he's got like a seat, like a riser on the seat and everything. And he starts the ignition, and it kind of starts up, and it starts like shaking, and it's just going and he's like, everybody ready to go?
Yep.
All right. And he speeds north out of town, right along that road. And
Because he's driving and driving as fast as he can.
yes, yeah. So he is going. The Jeep is there's a lot of vibration. There's a lot of noise. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but he tells you that you should be at we should be at the G3 unless we have any problems in about 2 hours.
Okay.
So definitely a greatly reduced time from walking or even having to take a horse. So Is anybody going to do anything, or just kind of tough out the ride while you're going?
Solus is going to ask about some of the rumors or stories surrounding the saloon, or just, in general.
What do you want to know about that saloon?
Well, why do people keep dying? Why does everyone say it's so dangerous?
Ah, hey, I don't know. It's run by some kind of a mysterious character. Ties to organized crime. And
You're so gonna get canceled. Do you realize that?
what?
No, he's not. He's being inclusive, It's like
Exactly.
we're representing all kinds of people.
Exactly.
Well, no, because he doesn't actually have that tick, so he's pissing off the people who actually have the tick. He
I
needs to
don't
get.
care.
He needs.
I'm
Nah,
role
joking.
playing, so eat it.
I think
But
Mary is holding on for dear life. I
okay,
think this is probably terrifying Mary a little.
it's pretty rough.
Especially if she's not in the middle, if she's like on the edge, and she's holding on for dear life.
Because she's probably one of the smaller people. Likely the bigger people are in the middle and the smaller people are out at the edge. So likely she is kind of out at the edge, I'm gonna imagine. And okay, so you're going along, and let's see. Solus hears something. He kind of pricks up over the din. You've been driving for about 20 minutes, and over the din of the engine, you kind of you think you hear something.
Turn my head and look around, including behind us.
You're like looking around, and you turn your head, and as you turn your head back, Ren hears it too. It sounds like a rumbling, and there's kind of dust clouds behind you.
Oh God, it's the
Telling you,
rumbling from Attack on Titans.
it's Mad Max. They're coming from Gastown.
Sounds like we have company.
So you you can see that you're accurate. Revving their engines, and do I have some rev? I think I do, don't I?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we go. So we've got some. You see behind you are
It sounds like a Kia, not
yeah,
a.
not yeah, you're right. Not exactly. What about this one?
That's a little
Yeah,
better, I guess.
that's a little bit better. So you see these four figures on.
They're only. Oh, I see. There's support.
There's another one. You see these four
I
figures.
see. Yeah.
Weird looking thing in the background.
What do you mean weird looking thing in the background? What are you talking about? In order to take part in the turn order, don't forget your you need to have your character on the screen in some fashion. That
I was muted. Oops. And then are you saying it's initiative?
I am saying that it is initiative because you are being you're being closed in on by this biker gang.
I need to do that.
As Dan said before, cue some Mad Max music.
All right. These guys fucked up. That's all I know.
Are you sure? I don't know.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? That too. That. All right. So what do we got here? Well.
Okay.
All right. Is that everybody? Everybody on there now? Maybe. Guthix and Thiwar.
Is Mike going to fight?
I am. I was going to. I was going to use Drake's initiative. I'm being a lazy DM, and I'm just
Okay.
using Drake's initiative for everybody who is NPCing.
Okay. Guthix is going to go ahead, and since we're just on like a plain road, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He is going to go ahead, and if I understand this working correctly, cast plant growth.
Ah, plant growth.
As soon as our Jeep passes a point in the road, Guthix is going to cause weeds and general vegetation growing out of the road form a barricade behind us.
Yeah, yeah. I see. Clever. Let's see.
We go at the same time. I have a good combo to do with you.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yes, then yes, you do go indeed. In fact, at the at the same time.
Did you say how far away they are?
I did not. They are closing. By the time you have they've come into range and initiative. They are within about 100 feet. Like they're closing, so they're coming in quick.
Okay, maybe not. I need 30 more feet. All right.
Okay, they're not close enough yet.
Not for what I was thinking.
Okay.
Actually, I will just do the opposite. So I will then just do this since that has a farther range. I was going to cast Darkness Globe so they couldn't see the vines and just run straight into them. But this should do the same thing. Cast that on like the first.
So is that like
biker.
Orb of Darkness or just like the darkness spell in general? You can.
Oh, this is not reversed.
No, but Darkness Globe might work if you're casting it. It depends on how the spell works. Do you have this description of the spell?
Yeah.
10 per level, yeah.
Yeah, so what you could do is, because Guthix is creating the entanglement, right?
Yeah.
If you're just trying to hide the entanglement, not cast it on them, then you probably would be able to do it, right? I'm gonna say that would be possible because it doesn't have to be centered on you. You can center it on the spot. So as you're driving away, you know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Then I would go back to that. I
So
would
if
try to
yeah.
put that globe like right behind / overlapping with those vines.
Okay. Okay. So Guthix does some hibbity jibbity. Bless you. And
Thank you.
some vines, and there are indeed, because again, this isn't a desert. It's there is vegetation. So the vegetation from along the sides of the road, which is actually kind of very purpley, kind of starts to come in and tangle up in the center of the road. Thiwar casts an orb of darkness around that, and then it's actually their turn. But they are running into some darkness and some vines, which is going to give them a bit of problems. So let's see what happens with these guys here.
I didn't think people use vines anymore.
Back
Thought
in the
that
good
was
old day.
I thought that was all done now.
Yeah.
They've moved on.
Wow.
Those kids and their vines.
Even shorter forms of vegetation growth.
So let's see. So you see the lead rider emerges from the darkness. He kind of swerves a little bit like this, but like regains control and then starts gaining on you again. Then the two guys at his flank come out of the darkness. Again, they're a little wiggly, but like pretty good. Actually, one of them's like straight on, and in fact, he starts to pull ahead of the others. What you do see, though, is behind them, you see one of those bikes and its rider just absolutely eject from from the darkness, and the bike like hits the ground, and there's a little explosion when the bike hits the ground, but you see it's a woman, and she kind of flies and smashes into the ground right after her bike, and when she hits the ground, there's like a massive explosion.
Interesting.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. And now it is what's that? Is that who's up? Solus?
Yeah. So they are. Let's see.
So you're still continuing to go. Hang on for a sec, because I need to roll. Okay, he's doing all right. All right, they are now within about 60 feet of you, the closest guy, because one of the guys pulled ahead.
Okay. Solus is actually going to jump out of the Jeep and begin interception into these guys.
Oh man, I love Solus.
Oh, yeah.
Literally jumping out of the Jeep, like they're gonna be right there. Because remember, you guys are going roughly about 60 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm. But Solus can be fast as fuck.
I know, of course he can. But what I'm saying is that like, what is his specific plan? Because remember, your Jeep's here. You got the three guys behind you. They're about 60 feet back, but you're going like roughly 60. I mean, that guy who's catching up maybe even going like 70 miles per hour. So like, they're gonna be at you in a flash. So what is his action?
Yeah,
Gosh, oh my.
Bless you, Dan. Jeez, holy crap.
Excuse me. My goodness.
I think for Solus not to eat shit, he has to like jump out and run in the direction that we're already going. Obviously, he's not going 60 miles per hour, so he'll be dropping
I
a
don't
bit
know.
behind.
I just see him jumping straight up and letting the momentum
Oh,
of them come to him, and he's just gonna like land right on him.
I guess that could work. Yeah, that would be pretty badass. But if I can do that, I'll just kick them off their bike or something.
Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna kind of like leap off and try and kick the lead guy off his bike.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, oh, he done it! Oh my god!
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Okay.
That's
So,
amazing.
so Solus leaps off of the Jeep, jump kick towards this guy right here, who's come into the lead, and literally kicks him right in the head, and just kicks him right off of his cycle so perfectly that the cycle actually kind of stays straight for a minute before finally wiggling and then falling over. But he just kicks him off perfectly, and of course now this means that Solus has landed behind the vehicles, but that guy, his head is just destroyed.
Nice.
So that guy is
Yeah.
that guy's dead instantly. He
That-
is for sure
that was a-
killed.
That was a Mad Max move. I mean, literally, that's exactly what that was. That was a Mad Max
Oh yeah, that was
full on.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think let's see. I assume his buddies are trailing very close behind.
Very close. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm going to try to intercept one, just roundhouse kick him off the bike.
Ah. All right. So for that, you do a spectacular thing where you just kick this guy's head just right off. You kind of do a flip back and try and kick another one of the guys, but just not quite good enough. He zooms past you and is not hit, unfortunately. It is their turn. Now there's only 2 of them left, and it's also, excuse me, it's also Ren and the NPCs. So what's Ren doing?
You know, tried and true classic, thrown a dagger.
Okay, okay. Uh, guy in the center or guy on the right?
We're gonna go guy in the center.
Okay, go ahead. Not
Jesus.
bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
Mhm.
All right. So oh, it's just the regular dagger. Okay. So Ren, of course, right on, sticks its dagger right in this guy's chest. He kind of, let's see, he retains control of his bike, but clearly hurt. And that guy, pissed off at Ren, because he just took a dagger in the chest, tries to steady himself and raises what looks to be a pistol and fires it at Ren. And he actually hits. Here. That's not terribly bad. 6 damage for Ren. He gets hit by a bullet and he just grazes him a bit. And the other guy just makes a random shot towards the Jeep that is coming towards Mary, but totally misses her. And then Drake. Drake, inspired by Solus's
No.
inspired by Solus's attack there, tries to do the same thing. He like jumps up on the Jeep and he goes, "Tungsten knuckles!" And he goes to try and like leap off and punch the guy over on the right.
Oh my god.
shit. Oh shit!
Oh my
Oh
god.
hell yeah, he made his dexterity check too. So he goes down and he punches this dude and obviously punches him off of the bike. Let's see. The guy that he punches off the bike rolls, and but he is still alive, and the bike, kind of skids to the side. So now you really only have one rider in back of you, and both Drake and that guy are on the ground. Mike casts. Shit, what is that spell?
Fireball?
Not fireball. That would be probably bad. He casts. You know what? That's not even gonna work. Actually, Mike is gonna hold his turn because that spell's not gonna work because they're kind of far away for that. You really need to be up close for that one. So it's Mary.
How close are they? Is this one guy? How close is this one guy now?
This one guy, he's holding it about 60 feet away.
60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
And we're moving pretty fast, right?
You're moving about 60 miles per hour.
Okay.
And
So there are
so far, your driver, well, what the hell's his name? Marfin is keeping he's going fast, but it's steady. Like things are good.
Okay.
He's driving well so far.
Okay. So, boy, there are two things I can do. One is kind of safe and one is kind of not. Mary's going to take the safe approach
That seems like Mary.
because the other one would not be safe approach. I'll tell you what it is later. But she's going to do she's got this, and so she's going to do this.
Ah, okay. She takes her sling and a sling is a little bit weird. What is let me ask you a question. What is Mary's like mastery level? Basic or skilled?
I think she's a basic.
Basic. Okay.
Yeah, the mastery, yeah, it's basic.
It's a good roll, except for I'm gonna have you roll a dexterity check because a sling is it's like something you kind of need a little bit of room for. So
The idea of like imagining Mary just in the back of this Jeep.
Ooh,
Yeah.
This is not good.
So yeah, she's like tries to wind up, and you didn't fail critically or anything, but she's
Oh no, look at the actual dice on the screen. Look at the way the dice is on the screen. It read
Oh
14.
yeah.
look-
But it was right there on that 20.
It's
was-
right
it
there
was-
on that
it was-
vertex. Yeah, you're
I
right.
know,
You're
man.
right.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. I'm not obviously not going to count that though,
Yeah.
because that's not official. So yeah, she's just not able to get a shot off. Is the
Okay.
problem? She's like it's there's not enough room. Even with
Mhm.
2 of the bigger guys like jumped off the thing, it's still pretty packed. Because again, you're just on a jeep and you've still got like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 7 people stuffed in this jeep still.
Yeah.
So it is initiative.
Wait.
Wait.
Is Jay not rolling initiative?
Oh yeah, Rumby. Jay, where are you?
I'm right here.
Are you not rolling initiative?
I did, but I don't know what my character is.
Oh, I said you have to like drag your character on the thing if the what? So if Rumby, what the hell was your initiative last? Because we skipped your turn, so you should technically be getting a turn. What doesn't matter. What are you doing
I
for your
don't
last
know.
turn? Because we skipped over you.
I'm shooting.
Go ahead.
Bang.
I'm assuming the guy that's still on the bike, right?
Yeah. I guess I'll do a plasma sword.
What?
Yeah, because I don't think there's anything. I think all that shit is gone.
What do you mean is gone?
Like
I,
as
thought-
it's
I
no
thought you.
longer.
I thought you said you talked to him about this.
I know it's like no longer on my character sheet.
Yeah, it is. Revolver quick,
Oh
revolver
wait,
accurate.
that's in the wrong place. Okay, inaccurate. But I wonder if the actual thing works. Like, does that actually roll? It
Yeah,
rolls.
it rolled.
Okay.
It rolled and it in fact it in fact hit.
What do
And
the
you got-
this is damage for?
yeah, you definitely did some damage to that guy, and he is pretty hurt now. But somehow he manages to fucking stay on that bike. He is a good biker, and he is like on your tail. Um, and yeah, now here, there's your guy. There's Rumby on the map. Go ahead and click on him, and then roll your initiative.
I don't see Rumby on the map. Oh, there he is.
I stuck him right in the right in the center there on that guy's leg. There we go. All right. Well, so Drake is off the bike. So he's just gonna try and punch that guy again because he is now in has entered fisticuffs in with this guy. So he's just kind of staying where he is fighting this dude, and so he punches this guy, and they look like they are now in a fist fight, and it is Ren and Guthix.
Let's see.
Chuck and dagger.
Same dude, I'm assuming. It's really the only guy that's the
Yep.
an option now, I guess.
Ooh.
Not quite that. You know what's crazy? Is Ren got a 3. And even with a 3, it's like an 8. That's like, it's not that
Yeah.
bad. What a
Dagger
beast.
broken.
Yeah,
Yeah,
+5.
what a beast. So not quite a hit there. Guthix?
I don't think Guthix can do anything because he's definitely not going to leap out of the moving jeep.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, if you just want to kind of hold action for the time being.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Rumbe. 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 You shooting again? Jay? Muted? Your
He's fallen
character?
asleep. He's fallen asleep in the last
He's in
30
his
I
seconds.
am
chair.
falling asleep, but I'm also muted. Hold on. That's initiative. Sorry.
No, it's
No.
your attack
I know I hit
or
the
your
button.
turn.
Sorry. Here thing again. Again. Same thing.
Yeah, that is a that's a hit. You shoot the guy in the center, and that guy falls off his bike. His bike kind of goes and falls onto the ground, and Solus. And it turns out that the only guy left alive is the dude that Drake is fighting. So on the ground with you.
Yeah, I'm going to run on over and kick his ass.
Yeah, he is.
And you run on over and you hit him quite hard, and you feel like you broke some bones in his chest, and the guy's like he's still alive, but he's not doing well.
Is he still alive?
He's not
Oh
alive.
my god.
Well, Jesus Christ.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Marfin screeches on the brakes and turns back around to check out the scene.
When we
And
get back there, Mary. So I'm gonna tell you the thing, the reckless thing that Mary was thinking about doing.
mhm.
Instead of using the sling,
Yeah.
she was gonna use her staff to jab the brake
Yeah, that
and
would have
make
been
the car stop, so that the guy who's moving really fast would have just gone.
slam
Yeah.
back of us.
I feel like that could have backfired like really
Yeah,
horribly
yeah,
and made the
that's why.
encounter so much worse. So probably good that you didn't do
Yeah.
that, Mary. Keeping
But
things.
Mary is asking if any of these guys, because there are 3 bikes. Can any of you ride the bikes and maybe give a little bit more room in the jeeps? In this jip? She's gonna start calling it a jip because she has no idea.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
technically, anybody who has like a piloting type of a skill, anybody who is able to drive a speedster is able to ride one of these bikes. They're not that difficult. They're basically, I mean, assuming let's say this, assuming that you have the coordination to ride one. Because you do have to have a little bit of, you gotta be able to balance on it. But assuming you have good coordination and you have like some at least basic piloting skills, the bikes are not that bad. Again, they're very, very rudimentary motorcycles.
If nobody takes one of the 3 remaining bikes, Mary will actually do it because she has piloting.
I'm imagining Solus, Drake, and Mary, just the biker squad pulling up.
I mean, if nobody else is going to take one, Drake will definitely take one for sure. He's
I mean,
he's
we're
into
already
it.
down here on the ground. I mean,
Yeah.
might as well.
So
Nobody in the
Solus,
yeah. If
Solus
nobody
going
in
to
the
jump
car,
on one too. Do you loot these guys? Do you do anything? You chase because there's bodies all over the road at this point.
actually,
Sure. I mean, one of them blew
if
up, right?
if
Yeah, the
Mary is
the lady totally blew up.
if Mary is going to take a bike, she's going to see it. Any one of these dead guys at least has some goggles.
Yeah, in fact, all of them have some kind of like a goggle or like face protection.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah. This guy right here, the guy in the center, had a really cool visor one. uh, but yes, the girl, she is gone. In fact, that fire is still burning back there, like burning big. So whatever she had, like, yeah, exploded
It's
hard
done.
and is still burning back there. Her bike is totally smashed up and it's way back there. The other 3 bikes basically seem to be good, and when you check their gauges, they look like they all have about a half tank of gas each. So your fuel is about half full. You don't really know what that means, but it's better than nothing. And yeah, what else do you do?
Anything? Let's see. Anything quickly of note among these corpses that aren't burning?
Did any saddlebags?
Yeah, the 3 bikes do have like saddlebag style compartments, like some storage.
Okay.
And then if you check the 3 guys, just their bodies, um, the the first guy has a pistol, a revolver, and he's got 67 of what is basically some sort of gold currency. So mark it as gold. The middle guy, um, he also had a revolver. He also had a long sword on him. And
Could you imagine driving by on a motorcycle and just slapping someone with a long sword?
yeah, yeah,
That was yeah. This is becoming more Mad Max every second.
yeah. That guy had 20 pieces of gold currency, and then the last guy, the guy that Drake and Solus were fighting on foot. That guy, when you search him, he has like kind of a crazy looking gun on him that has like it's got like this big magazine sticking out of it, and it's kind of big, it's kind of large. It's kind of a large, uh, but it's clearly not electronic, clearly not tech, but it's a pretty big gun. We'll just call it that for now, without because there's not really much else to say. It's a pretty big gun.
It's a big gun. I think Drake should take that big gun.
Did he have it? Did he have any gold on him?
Yeah, that guy. Actually, that guy had 14 of an electrum currency. He was
Nice.
rich.
Okay, so Mary doesn't care about any of that stuff. She's gonna let everybody else fight over it. She just wants the motorcycle so that she doesn't have to be either. She's not happy about being cramped or being on the edge and possibly falling off. So she's just gonna ride the motorcycle. She's gonna
Okay.
grab out one of. She's gonna grab one of these guys' dusters. The thing, the you know
Dusters and
the
goggles and
dusters and goggles. She's gonna like peel some gloves off this guy and just like, yeah. So
Okay.
there she is.
All right.
Mary's
So
a badass motorbike priest.
yeah, Mary loots off the protective clothing of the biker, one of the bikers, and she gets on the bike. Drake goes ahead and he grabs that big gun. And if nobody else wants it, he gets onto a bike. And you said Solus just takes the last bike.
Yeah.
All right. So Solus jumps onto a bike, and Marfin's like, "All right, we ready to get going?"
Yeah, I think we're good. We're gonna follow you on our bikes.
All right, sounds good. Well, at least it's a little less cramped. But keep your eyes peeled, like I said. It's dangerous out here.
He
You
still
are the
says
danger.
that after watching Solus fucking lead
Solus
off.
and Drake.
He was driving though, so he was kind of like,
Looking in
you
the
know,
rearview mirror.
like
to
yeah,
see
yeah,
what's
like looking in the rearview mirror, looking back. Actually, there's no rearview mirror in this shit.
Oh, well.
There's no rearview mirror. There's barely a windscreen on the front of it. It's all dirty and stuff. The windscreen's all scratched and dirty. Yeah. So no, it's he probably didn't even see half the shit that went down. He's just happy that everybody's alive. So he
So guys, there are 2 revolvers. There's 87 gold, 14 electrum, a long sword, and a crazy gun between you guys.
and let's see. There is between all of these guys, and this is probably most important for anybody that takes one of those revolvers, or Rumby, who has a revolver, there are 44 additional revolver rounds.
Yeah, I would
So
take a
there's-
revolver if no one's gonna claim one.
44 bullets. Unfortunately, because Thiwar's a wizard, the revolver is a really big gun. And Thiwar is just not able to use this fucking revolver.
Not at all. Okay.
Not at all. No.
Wait, do we have anybody who can use a long sword? Is there anybody here who can actually use a longsword besides Drake, who I imagine could probably use a longsword?
Drake can use a longsword. Ren could use a longsword, technically. Rumby could use a longsword, technically. Yeah, Ren and Rumby would be and Drake, of course, would be the 3 that could possibly use the longsword. I think everybody else is not the right class. 'Cause you got a bunch of wizards, you got druid, you
Yeah.
all that stuff. So yeah,
You
the
can use
longsword.
longswords that's not made of metal. So
Yeah. So yeah, the metal longsword. I don't know. It may be abandoned unless somebody really wants it. But I'm assuming that Ren is picking his daggers out of the corpse as well.
That assumption would be correct.
Yeah, I figured.
See,
So
here's the thing.
hmm.
We're gonna take the longsword. We'll put it in the back of the Jeep.
Yeah,
It
okay.
it could be used as some kind of currency at some point, possibly. Maybe as
Word.
maybe as a
As a
gift to the
longsword?
elves.
Yeah.
Maybe as a gift to the elves?
There's this crappy
know.
longsword that you guys are not gonna want because it's made of steel. They're gonna be insulted and like try and kill you on sight.
Yeah, if anything, a gift to the people. What is it? Pale Bank.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you get back onto the road, and
This might be a good spot.
yeah, you're getting there. Hang on. Okay. You finally make it to this fork here, where you can see the sign for Greed Hollow to the east, and of course, if you go north, due north, supposed to be the G3 Saloon. As you're heading up to this, there actually is a signpost for Greed Hollow, uh, and the signpost has for Greed Hollow. It's one of those like multi signs that it's got like going this way for Pale Bank, going this way for Grumsveld Core. So it's got all these things on it. There's another pole next to it, and there's a guy like hanging from a cage on this pole next to the sign. He looks like he's in like tattered clothes, but you think there's movement. You think the person's alive.
Hold on a second. Let's stop here. You there? You still alive?
What?
I'll grab
I think he's saying his name is Wada.
Walter.
Is Walter.
His name's Walter, everyone. Solus is going to reach in and grab a small canteen from his pack.
Oh. He's like drinking the water. Oh, thank you, sir.
What the hell happened to you?
Ah, I'm being punished.
What? By who?
For crimes. For crimes in Greed Hollow. I'm a bad man.
Come on, we don't have time. We don't have time for
Yeah.
side quests.
Oh. 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 An angel. Sister Mercy. Heal me. He's reaching out to Mary now.
Let's see. What is this cage made of? Metal?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It doesn't even look that strong, but he looks like he couldn't break out of anything.
What did you do?
I stole some gas.
In my mind, I'm just, well, I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all. Solus is gonna break the cage and let the guy go, but he's not really gonna help him beyond that.
Okay. You bust this cage open easily, just tear it apart like it's made of tin. And the guy's like, "Oh, thank you." He kind of tumbles out onto the ground, and he kind of tumbles out, and he's kind of crawls over to Mary's feet, and he's like, "Please, sister."
She can't help herself. So I guess she's gonna. Hold on. Let me find my spell book.
Let me find my spell book. She can't help herself. She's not going to heal him. She's actually just going to go ahead and she's just going to proselytize to him.
Yeah, she's gonna. Yeah. Here's a pamphlet.
Yeah.
Repent.
So you give him a little lay on hands, and he's like, "Oh, bless you, sister. Bless you. I won't forget this."
Does he just wander off now?
He's just kind of just sitting there. He's still got that small canteen of water, and he's like,
Hmm.
he finishes it off.
We all take off. Drake goes last. Runs him over.
Runs him over. Yeah. So you eventually get back on your vehicles and leave this guy in the dust, heading towards the G3 saloon, which brings us to next time on Up and Away, Volume 3. The G3 saloon, just around the corner. The mountain with the elves and dragons, just around even a little bit more of a corner. And 7 days to figure out how to get the Genger III, if that is indeed the Genger III, off this damn planet. And talk to these elves, possibly find a good location for your ritual, and get all of that stuff done. But there is
I got
one
it.
more thing.
We're gonna train some blue dragons to go to the Ganger 3, pick it up, and fly it up into outer space.
You may
I
be
mean,
joking, but sounds like a plan to me.
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
Steve's like, damn it! How did you guess that's what the thing was? That's the riddle.
yeah. So before we end, though, there was something else that I wanted to get to really quickly, and that is back. Well, gee, back on board the Destiny. Back on board the Destiny.
Back on board the Destiny.
Yes. Your characters are those guys, they've just looted the unfortunately murdered Janky's workshop. They've gotten their medallion that they have to build. They've looted all this stuff. They have information about a nebula that they're headed to. While they're working, they're obviously still working on getting the ship repaired. The ship was it was really messed up. Everybody's kind of got their duties. Of course, Timmy, chief engineer. Sid is working in the keeping everything straight in the med lab. Uh, Kegel and Matt have been busy in the
Oh.
not
really?
that kind of busy. Remember, it's canon that Kegel's a lesbian, so not with Matt anyway. So Kegel and Matt have been busy since they've come back, and they invite the others down to a little space between the lower docking bay and the cargo hold, where they've set something up with all of the equipment from the from Pergamenti and from the janky jankies, like the arm and the lifts and all of the computers. Matt and Kegel were able to set up a crafting lab. Do you remember all that tech that you guys have been collecting? And I said that the tech, it's valuable for trade or whatever like that, but it's also good for either upgrading or creating. Well, now you have a small crafting lab. And Kegel is basically the engineer of the crafting lab because she is a gnome, good at building and has the tech skills and everything. Essentially, how this works is that anything from small handheld items all the way up to as big as a small starship, possibly the size of like the Lucchesi, like around that size. So anything in between there. Here's how crafting works. There are a few possible ingredients. The first, of course, is tech if the thing is powered, right? So if there's some kind of tech. So I hope everybody recorded all the tech that you have because we'll roll for it and see what the good. Tech is basically memory, processors, boards, wiring. It's the Sony guts. It's the innards, basically. So that's what your tech is. There's material, which now you'll probably have to start thinking about salvaging as well. Material is anything like to create like a shell or a chassis or whatever. So metal, plastic, whatever that would be. And then the last thing is if your creation uses tech, there has to be a power source. So either like one of those battery packs, something rechargeable. It could even be magic or organic if you could get it to work correctly. And then basically you can craft these whatever. Basically, you can create anything. So now you have a lab, and you'll all the materials that you're salvaging will be able to be put to use to create weapons, equipment, vehicles, whatever you can think of, basically.
Pretty cool.
Now there is
Plus
one
upgrade.
last
Plus upgrading.
plus upgrades. Yeah, of course. Now there is one more thing, one last thing. Timmy, when they're going through all this lab stuff, Timmy is checking out his speedster. He noticed when he was driving it down on the planetoid that in the normal speedster, and his regular one, the original one that they made him, there's a shifter. Up is repjet. All the way back is auto, and then to the right is hydro. But in this one, there's a cross. So there's like an extra spot. But your shifter won't go over into that extra spot. And you're just like, well, maybe they just used a plate because they didn't have the 3, they only had the 4. But then you find a book, a handwritten journal, a big tome in the glove compartment of the speedster. The first part of it is the building notes, basically all the things building. But the second part of it is a plan for something that Bill and Bob didn't get to implement before their murders. And that seems to be a plan to convert this speedster and give it a 4th mode, which seems to be some sort of transforming mech mode. where the 4
Okay.
passengers are still continue to sit within the body of the thing. Now, he didn't do any work on it whatsoever. And obviously it's got a big gun mounted on it because Kegel did that. But you have plans now for the possibility of converting this speedster into something more.
Interesting. So it's like our own little Genger assembly mech. Yeah, I mean Timmy's all about that. He's gonna, in honor of the Janky Janky and his great speedster, gonna dump
Well,
all
guys,
his additional
uh,
time and resources.
I'm just a simple announcer guy now, so I'm gonna leave you guys to worry about that stuff.
Yeah,
All right.
that wasn't Chad enough for Jake
Yeah.
though. He's a little low energy today.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He had to be.
He hasn't had his coffee.
But
Hadn't had his copy yet. Yeah.
I just
Oh,
wanted to go ahead and introduce.
Is the captain awake yet?
Not yet. The captain
Okay.
is in fact still in stasis, still locked in stasis. The counter keeps like counting down and then resetting and counting down and then resetting, and they can't figure out how to get how to release the captain as of yet.
Okay.
So no, at the moment the XO is still in charge. So I just wanted to kind of go over that so that you'll be thinking, you'll have that in your idea that hey, there is there's actually some things that we can do. So start thinking about what you want to do with your tech.
Yeah, that is interesting.
The very last thing you see after the end credits is Argyle just sitting in that chair.
Oh
On his way
yeah.
back with Tunnel on Oxford.
Yeah, here. Real quick while we're here, I'll show you the. I've been I do a little overhauls for as things go along. Here's the.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this.
Yeah, here's the overhauled Sin ship for Argyle and Tana to fly in. I did a little bit of a thing.
Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
Jay.
night, sir.
Yeah.
I
Later,
don't know
man.
If it was, I don't know if this is recent, but I like Argyle in his suit.
Oh yeah, that's the new Argyle suit there.
What the hell? Who is Stuart Watson?
Hmm?
Stuart
A viewer
Watson
we have.
is a viewer who said, "Crude, I am scandalized and leaving." And I'm not sure when he said this.
Ah,
Wait, what?
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to it.
Wait, is that...
not sure.
Somehow I did not see
11
that.
minutes ago.
11 minutes ago, so that's recent.
Huh. I don't
All right,
know.
Stuart.
I mean, we're called Dix in the Dark, so
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna definitely be
I mean-
crude.
I mean,
maybe they saw
you-
the dick on the map.
Possibly.
I mean, if you click on a channel that is called Dix in the Dark, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, you should kind of expect maybe.
You better know what you're getting into. Sorry, Stuart.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Sorry,
just-
Stu. It's better luck next time.
Yeah.
I mean that was like actually like a small single dick too. I mean, Dude, we
Yeah.
go way harder on the Dix than that, if
You
that's
know-
what you're talking about anyway. But
There's the clip right there. We go
Yeah.
way harder on the dick.
I mean, if we're not gonna do it, who is?
True.
Let's be fair. Come on.
So true.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, let me get over to the game end screen. If you're still here, unlike Stuart, and you didn't think we were too crude, you're watching now
That's
or
right.
in the future. Smash like, subscribe, hit the bell, share the stream. I just
What?
Damn it, now I gotta go back.
Why?
I don't think we're crude enough, honestly. We gotta up our crudeness.
Because somebody added guns to the Sin ship.
What?
So I just need to
Oh,
show the
God.
stream real quick. There you go. All right. All
There
right.
it is.
Okay. Back to the end. All right.
Yeah, there
That
it
is
is.
good.
All right.
I couldn't
Yeah.
let that go unnoticed. Perfect. Well, as I said
Mhm.
before, thanks for watching. We've been the Dix in the Dark, and join us again for more Dungeons and Dragons. We'll see you next time.